Welcome in, everybody. I'm going to be doing a live reading of all the zodiacs today. I'm going to be doing this every Wednesday. I'm really excited. This is my first day. Really excited. This is my first day. Really. Let me pause this. So I'm really excited because this is the first day that I'm doing this. And I've never sat and like read all 12 zodiacs before, so this will be fun. I'm going to be using, I can't monitor all the comments and stuff. Please don't refrain from putting comments in there. I will respond. I will respond to the comments. But today we're going to be doing the zodiac signs. We're going to be doing a birthday reading for the zodiac signs if it's not your birthday. Also, if I'm not making eye contact with the camera, it's because I have two cameras here. I forgot to stream to Instagram and Facebook. So TikTok doesn't allow you, like the apps that allow you to stream to several different platforms. TikTok doesn't participate in that. And so I'm using two phones, so I'm gonna try to make eye contact in both locations, but if I'm looking in a different direction, just know that I'm trying to talk to both audiences. So I wanted to tell you guys that if you follow me on TikTok, you can keep following me on TikTok. Right now though, I'm really working on my YouTube, and I'm trying to get more subscribers on YouTube because I have more subscribers on TikTok than I do on YouTube. So if you follow me on YouTube, and you want to support me, I would really appreciate it. If you follow me on TikTok and you want to support me on YouTube, I would really appreciate it if you could head on to the Spiritual Noob, Noob, and give me a subscribe. I would really appreciate that. I will be doing live streams like this every Wednesday. This is my first one, so I'm not gonna be an expert. Just so you know. If you're watching me on YouTube, please give me a subscribe. I would really appreciate that. I do have a lot of videos already uploaded to TikTok and YouTube. So basically TikTok is short form. So I'll be taking clips and posting that to TikTok, but I won't be, so the longer readings that I do, the more in-depth readings, you can check that out on YouTube. If you feel called to do so. And I would really appreciate that. I wish I could see everybody. I can't see everything that's coming up. There's a lot to look at here. So, hey, give me a shout out. I will, what did I say? Swipe left to view real-time performance. I don't know. Okay. There's a lot coming in right now. So we are going to start out. Is there anything else I want to say before I get started? Oh, if you don't resonate with your zodiac reading in this reading, you can check out like other placements in your chart, your birth chart. If you don't care to know all of your placements in your birth chart, but you know your big three, you can check out one of those signs. Big three meaning sun sign, moon sign, rising sign. I would also add a Venus sign to that. If you're interested in finding out about love, your Venus sign may give you information in that area. If you don't care to know about any of that and this reading doesn't resonate with you, I will be here every Wednesday with new lives, zodiac lives, and also on my YouTube I am uploading in-depth zodiac readings with timestamps. So if you don't want to watch the whole video, they're like an hour long. If you don't want to watch the whole video, you can kind of like skip to the part that you're interested in listening to and see if that resonates with you. Yeah, I think like that's all the stuff I want to tell you. So we're going to start out with a general reading to the collective. So everyone that's listening to this, you are included in that collective. So we're going to do a general reading right now. I have a million decks in front of me. And I'm like, okay, so I'm going to use the Rider-Waite-Smith. I'm using the Rider. I'm not going to use a fancy deck today. I'm going to use the Rider-Waite-Smith. And I am going to use some oracle cards. I'm going to pull one oracle card from the Sacred Forest, I think. Sacred Forest Oracle. And I'm going to pull a couple cards from the Starcodes Astro Oracle and also the Heavenly Bodies Astrological Oracle. I'll probably do that like in the zodiac reading, but for the collective, I'm going to use the Sacred Forest Oracle. It's lovely. I'm so excited. I'm excited and I'm a little nervous, you guys, because I've never done this before. Like I've never done a live of all the zodiac readings. So I'm really like preparing myself to sit here for a while and read zodiac readings. So let's start out with a collective message. And basically, also, thank you everybody for coming into this video and participating in this live by viewing the live. I really, really appreciate that. Your support means so, so much to me. So you got Bee Spirit. This has been coming out lately. Bee Spirit, like actually, I had it come out in another oracle in a different reading that I did. Yes, please. I love it, you guys. Support me. I see you on TikTok. I see you. I see you. I see you. Support me. If you're watching from TikTok, I have a much bigger community on TikTok than I do on YouTube. So, I mean, if you're only interested in like short form videos, then TikTok is the place for you to be. If you're watching me on TikTok and you're not following me, please follow me. I really appreciate that. But if you can and feel called to come over to my YouTube and subscribe to my YouTube channel, I really appreciate that too. I'm at like 218 subscribers who I love dearly. But I would love to get up. Definitely, I have a goal to get up to like 1,000 by my birthday, which is August 31st. So if you guys could help me out with that, I would really appreciate that. So we have Bee Spirit. I'm gonna show the card again. I don't know if I showed it the first time. Also, I said this, but some of you may not have been here. So I'm streaming to several places. So you're gonna see me kind of like focusing on one camera and focusing on another camera. And there's more people here from TikTok right now. So I'll probably focusing. But these videos will also be uploaded to all platforms. So with timestamps, so you can kind of like, probably on TikTok, I'm just gonna clip all the zodiacs and send those out. But on YouTube, I'll put timestamps in the description so you can like skip ahead to your reading. And no, I can't take any co-hosts right now. Sorry. Okay, so Bee Spirit, prosperity. So Bee Spirit, when I think about a bee, I think about work, right? Worker bee. So the spirit of a bee to me is working, right? Working for your prosperity. Now that there's a like traditional connotation to that, right? You work a 9 to 5. You barely take any days off. You retire after 30 years and like you've lived this very productive life. And I think that the collective consciousness is veering away from that idea right now. So I don't look at this card in that way. I look at this card in the way of you have to put some effort into whatever you want to prosper at, right? Whether it is working a 9 to 5 job, if that's your thing and you feel comfortable. Some people do. Some people are generators. If you know anything about human design, some people are worker bees, right? Some people are generators, and some people want a 9 to 5 job and they feel comfortable in that structure, and you have to work hard in that structure, right? If that fits you. If you are a person who wants to start your own business, you have to work hard at that business, right? Like when I'm not working at my job, I work at a metaphysical store. When I'm not working at my job, I'm at home making YouTube videos, right? I'm working for myself. So, and I think that this is an important message for the collective, because I have heard people get turned off from like new age spiritual philosophies, and I don't consider myself a new age spiritualist. Like, I'm just a Sarah spiritualist. Like, I just kind of come up with my own stuff. Like, there's no one that tells me like, this is what you should think, this is what you know what I mean. I just hear things and I'm like, oh, that really rings true to me, and I pass that message on. But like in the new age community, like years ago, people would say, oh, well, all you have to do to get prosperity or to get what you want is to learn how to manifest, which learning how to manifest is important. Like, that is an important thing to learn how to do and to learn the principles of manifestation. But there's a such thing as inspired action, right? It's not about just saying, I believe I deserve this thing and I'm just going to sit back and wait for it to come to me, right? If you're doing that, it's never going to come to you. I mean, it can come to you in that way, but like, it's probably not going to come to you in that way, because there are things that we learn through working for what we are trying to achieve, right? So if I'm trying to manifest a good income for myself, I have to learn how to tap into my intuition and take action on that intuition, take inspired action, right? There's a difference between taking inspired action and just taking action, right? So learn how to be the bee spirit, be a hard worker, and you will prosper, but learn how to be a hard worker with that inspired intuition. Learn how to listen to that inspiration coming in for you. This is also a number 5 card. Number 5 in numerology is about change. So maybe maybe what I'm saying to you is a big change in your thought process. Like, maybe it was always instilled in you and it was modeled for you that I have to work super hard at a 9 to 5. I have to go to college, work super hard in college. I have to go get a job, work super hard at the job. It's work, work, work all my life until I get too old. And then I'll sit down and let somebody else do the working for me, right? Like, maybe that's your mentality. I mean, it's the mentality of baby boomers and like the silent generation and generations before, right? These generations were created under different astrological circumstances, right? The planets are always moving, the planets are always changing, and there's an energetic signature to all the planets. So, you know, when you might be a person who's from a younger generation and you say, oh, you may get so frustrated with your grandparents and your parents and stuff like that, because they're like trying to instill that work, work, work attitude in you, right? Don't be frustrated with them, right? They were born, they were created, they were birthed into this world with a different energetic signature. And it's okay that they feel like you have to work, work, work to, I'm trying to say hi to everyone. I'm sorry. I think I missed someone. It's okay to have that mindset, because that is the energy that you were born in. It makes sense, right? So just know that if you're having that struggle between your parents and your grandparents, or if you're the parent or the grandparent and you're really frustrated with your child or grandchild, just know that your child was born in a different age, a different astrological age, and there are different energetic signatures that are going on during this time. So you may need to change your mindset a little bit around that. And also, don't judge other people. Other people are where they're at. Learn how to meet other people where they're at. So that was just one card. I feel like I'm gonna be here all day, you guys. No, I love it. I love reading tarot. I love to share it with you guys. I appreciate you being here to support me. I love you all so much. I really want to build a community of people who really care about having a life that feels inspired, right? Having a life that feels peaceful. That is the point of the work that I do. And so, thank you for being here for that. You have Queen of Cups. This is a feminine energy. This is a nurturing energy. This is an energy that's tapped into emotion. And you have Knight of Swords. So there may be a lot of messages coming in for you that are giving you an emotional reaction in some kind of way. And we were just talking about how you have different generations with different ideas about things, and those ideas are perfectly fine. And there may be a lot of emotion, you know, they may be giving you a lot of messages or giving you an emotional reaction. And that's okay, right? Look at that. Look at how you feel. Like when someone says to me, you need to go to college, or someone says to you, you need to go to college, you need to get a good job, you need to work 30 years, try not to take a day off, and retire, and you'll be happy. You know what I mean? If someone says that to you and it makes you want to vomit, just listen to that emotional reaction. It's not like you don't have to, like, it's not that there has to be tension between you and the person that said that, because the person that said it, they're coming from a good place. They're coming from a well-intentioned place, right? It's where they're at. So they don't mean you any harm, right? But it's about you understanding yourself, you hearing those words and saying, how do those words, what visceral reaction do those words give me, right? Do I feel like, you're right, I've always wanted to go to college. You're right. And actually, I'm a believer in college. I'm nerdy, right? I'm nerdy. I like to take classes and I like to learn all these new things. If I could like major in every single major that there is in the world, if I had the time to do that, I would do that, right? That, like, I'm that type of person. But some people, like my son, I have two sons who are like, hell no. I'm not trying to do that, right? But I come from a different generation, and I'm also a different person. I'm built differently than them. I'm wired differently. So if any of you know anything about human design, I'm a projector in human design, and I was just talking about this with another projector yesterday, that projectors want to learn everything there is to learn because we help guide other people, right? Like that's part of our purpose here on this planet, is to guide other people. And so in order to do that, you have to have experiences, you have to have knowledge, you know, like you have to know a little about a lot. And so I definitely have the like inner guidance that's telling me, learn as much as you can about as much as you can. So you also had the Hermit reverse. And I think, you know, like this kind of like introspection that I'm talking about, and getting and really understanding your visceral reaction. Oh, excuse me. Your visceral reaction to certain messages that you're receiving. I think there's kind of like a resistance to reflecting on that with the Hermit reversed. It's like, instead of going within and saying, how do I feel about the message that was just delivered to me? How does that sit in my soul? Like, do I feel guided in the pit of my soul when I hear this message, right? Instead of doing that, there is a lot of butting heads of like, what are you talking about? You don't know me. You don't know anything about me. I don't want to do that. What are you talking about? I'm saying hi to people. Clearly, I don't want to do that. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, learn how to be the hermit a little bit more. Learn the hermit, meaning that the hermit goes within, takes a little time to enjoy the view. I don't know why that just came to me. Takes a little time to enjoy the view. Okay, so The View, the TV show The View, is about different perspectives. That was the original idea. Right now, it's kind of about catty women. I mean, you know, like that's kind of the, you know, whatever, how it's viewed, right? But when it first came out, it was this idea of women coming together and showing their different, you know, expressing their different ideas and their different views on life. And it was, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, that take a little time to enjoy the view came out because it's like, right now on that show, I haven't watched it in quite a while, but I hear people talk about that show sometimes, like the arguing and the different stuff. I used to really love that show. Not that I don't anymore, but I'm just not focused on those types of issues anymore. But like, that show has gotten to a point, I'm kind of feeling like the energy of that show right now is the energy that I'm talking about here. The energy of when someone expresses a different view to you, are you going within and saying to yourself, how does this fit with me? How does this fit within my soul, right? I feel like there's a little resistance to doing that. And I think it's like, think about going to a place where the view was when it first started, where it was really all about women coming together and sharing these different opinions and respecting different opinions and like all those things. Like, try to find that place. Take a little time to enjoy the view. That's crazy. That phrase has never come up for me in a reading before, ever. So I said this before, but if you're watching me on TikTok and you like my content and would like to support me, please go over to my YouTube channel if you feel called, and give me a subscription. I only have 218 subscribers, and I'm really trying to boost my subscriptions over there. So you have Justice. So Justice is an energy of, weighing out several options, right? So now this is an energy of taking time to appreciate the different perspectives that you're being given, right? Like, it's Libra energy. It's like, it's balancing the scales. It's saying, should I do this or should I do that? It's pros and cons lists. It's like all of those things. So there is an energy of that right now. So it's interesting because I feel, but it also, Justice is not, there's not a, like, you're not at the point yet with the Justice card where you found clarity. You're still balancing, right? And so it's interesting that there's a resistance to the Hermit energy. Maybe it's how you're balancing the scales that's not giving you the clarity. Maybe what the reading is saying is that you really need to go deeper within. You really need to, instead of balancing it against what society's expectations are, what your parents' expectations are, what your friends' expectations are, even what your own expectations are. Like, if your own expectations are kind of grounded in these superficial outward expectations of the world, you need to really analyze that, right? You need to go hermit mode, go within and really see like where my ideas of how I want my life to be, is this coming from me? Is this coming from an inspired perspective? Is this what I came to Earth to do in this lifetime? Or is this just what I feel I need to do to pay the bills, or whatever the case may be? And then you also have the Chariot. I'm really going to try not to like talk because I'm going to be here for 5 million years. But we have the Chariot, and the Chariot is fast moving universal energy. This is energy that's moving you toward success, right? So the energy is working, the universe is working in your favor, and it is moving you toward success. So just realize that all the emotion that's coming in, all the messages that are coming in, all of this stuff is coming in purposely for you to give you the clarity that you are searching for, that you're desiring. So this is a collective message. I hope you guys could resonate with it. I hope you are, I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it was helpful. And I'm going to move on to, we're going to start with Aries, first sign of the zodiac. Where are my Aries? Is Aries in the house? Let me know. Aries in the house. So, okay, we're going to start out with a couple of oracle cards. And like I said, I'm trying to keep these messages short because I do want to clip them and put them on TikTok. So send me vibes of, you know how to stop talking, Sarah. Just stop talking. Oh, Lord Jesus. Oh, man. Look what card came out. Libra. I was just talking about Libra energy. This is balancing the scales. Opposition. Confrontation. This is card number 53. 5 and 3 are 8, which is abundance, which is you got prosperity in the B energy card. So, yeah, you, Aries, you are butting heads with somebody about some issue related to prosperity. And I feel like it's a situation where your position is really being challenged. And you're kind of like, so like on this card, on this Libra card, it says consideration, fairness, and harmony. So you're really trying to balance it in a fair way. Like, this is giving me feelings of you're really feeling pulled in a certain direction. Like your inner guidance is pulling you in a certain direction, but there's someone who's like, don't do that. Why are you doing that? Like, you know what I mean? And I'm gonna tell you something. When you ever feel like I really want to do this thing and I can't explain why I want to do it, but I just really want to do it, that is your intuition, right? Because the spiritual realm doesn't make sense in the earthly realm. It doesn't, you know, it's not logical, right? I watched a movie the other day called Nona's on TikTok. I mean, not TikTok, on Netflix. And it was about a guy who, his mom died and he was opening this restaurant with her inheritance money, and he wanted his friend to help him. And his friend was like, this is stupid. I don't want to do this. Why are you doing this? This is dumb. And he was like, I don't know why. I can't explain why, but I just feel like I need to do this. And that, when he said that, it's like, whenever, I think all of us have experience with that feeling of getting into that place where you're like, I want to do this thing. I'm not sure why I want to do this thing, but I just feel like I need to do this thing. It's your intuition telling you to do that. So start to learn to recognize that and appreciate it, right? Because it's your guides directing you and telling you what to do. Not telling you what to do, but helping you to carve out your path in life. Okay, Aries, let's do your reading. We're going to do a birthday reading. I'm going to draw 4 cards for this. So also, this reading is like, if it's not your birthday, I mean, if you're an Aries, if you're an Aries, it's not your birthday, right? So then look at this as just like, what are you birthing into the world, right? What creative, the Hermit came out again. Birth is like, it represents like new beginnings, fresh starts, projects that you're creating. Okay. So we have card number 1. We have the Knight of Swords reverse. What cosmic gift will I receive this birthday return? So Knight of Swords reverse is about messages coming in that aren't like the greatest. And, you know, maybe like as a gift, when I look at this in the perspective of a gift, you may be realizing what messages aren't good for you. And maybe that was something that you had a hard time seeing before. You know, it's like I'm thinking of like teenagers. I'm not saying you're a teenager, but I'm thinking of like teenagers who have all these friends who are giving them lots of great friendly teenage advice, right? And the advice, you know, as like older people, we're like, that's dumb, don't do that, right? But when you're a teenager, it takes some time to realize that like this advice, the advice that you get from your friends when you're a teenager is not always the best advice. So the realization of that, I think, is the gift that's coming to you. And in terms of what you're birthing into the world, there may be a realization. Maybe you're a writer and maybe you've been working on like a writing project. And there may be a realization that like maybe you were writing about a topic that really isn't what you're meant to be writing about. You know, like maybe you need to scrap that project and move on to another project or whatever the case may be. I'm not telling you to throw out all of your creations. I'm just saying, if the inspiration comes to you, like if you have a moment where you're like, you know what, I don't think that this isn't my greatest work right here. And I remember that reading that I listened to that said that might come up sometime. Then, you know, maybe you think, okay, well, maybe I should throw this away and start fresh or something like that. So what should I be grateful for and actively celebrate? The Hermit. You should be grateful for your ability. I might be talking to a group of people that is really good at going within and emerging wiser, going within, thinking about the self and emerging wiser with like a higher understanding of yourself and others. When you have a higher understanding of yourself, you're always going to have a higher understanding of others. Like it's because we're connected, right? And the reason it's so important to start with understanding of self is because we're nicer to ourselves. Like we tend to be, like when we make a mistake, we tend to be more forgiving. And some people have problems with forgiving themselves, right? But we still tend to be more forgiving of ourselves than we do of others. And so it's easier to like reflect on things and really gain perspective on things when we're going within our own self. And then in that process, we get understanding of the whole collective. What needs to be different in my life this time? So like this year. Or in this new, maybe you started a new project, like I was saying, like maybe you scrapped your writing and said, I'm going to start fresh. So if you did something that didn't work out and you're going into a new project, what is going to be different this time? Sorry, I'm trying to say hi to someone. Hi. Hello. You're going to have a new direction. So if it's your birthday, it's not your birthday because you're Aries. So, you're going to have a new direction for whatever it is you're trying to birth into the world. You're going to have a new perspective. That's, you know, it's going to probably come from this Hermit energy, really going within and like emerging wiser and stuff like that. You're going to have a new perspective that's going to help you look at your new project with new eyes, clearer perspective. And Knight of Pentacles reversed for the last one. Okay, Knight of Pentacles reverse. What attitude and approach should I bring to this transformation? Just start small and plant seeds. Just start planting seeds. You know, like I keep talking about writing. I don't know why writing is on my mind today. But like start journaling. Just do a little bit every day. Maybe, you know, if you want to write a book, let's say, start writing, like write 3 pages every day. Like start with a small goal, plant seeds. Someone said hi, I'm saying hi back. I can't really follow your guys's comments because I have too much going on. But yeah, just plant seeds toward this new direction that you're trying to go in, and you will be successful. So that is your reading, Aries. Thank you so much for coming in. I will be posting this on YouTube and clipping it for TikTok. Maybe not the whole thing. I probably talked too long because I tend to do that. I have a lot to say. So let's go into Taurus. Okay, let's pull some oracle cards for Taurus. I love how that energy, I feel like the energy, well, I don't know if you guys felt it, but I felt it. I felt like the energy of the Aries reading really fit into the energy of the collective reading, which is fun to see. So you have sixth house sustainability, square, semi-square, and quincunx, tension. So these are aspects in astrology that create tension. And sixth house also can be about health, self-love, those types of things. I don't know wrong with that card. Yes. So you also have Uranus, which is radically change. That almost feels, because I wanted to read it as radical change, but it says radically change, which almost feels like a directive a little bit. Like you need to radically change. Fixed. So Taurus is a fixed sign. You got fixed energy here. And it's under this tension card, which is a 54 card. 5 plus 4 is 9. So I feel like you may have worked independently on something for a really long time, and you've built up, it's like you've built things up pretty well, but there's still more that you could do. And this doesn't have to be financial. This doesn't have to be talking about financially. It can be your reputation or whatever. It's like you've built up this thing and you've done it independently. And there's still more that you could achieve. And people may be giving you advice on how to like do more. And because you're a fixed sign, you're kind of fixed in your energy. You're like, I've always been doing it this way. Why do I need to change? Like, I got where I am today, doing it the way I'm doing it. Like, why do I need to change now? And so there's like opposition, there's tension. There's tension because of that. And also with this, you have the sixth house with sustainability. It's a number 44 card. 44 is a master builder number. So, and it's sixth house. So sixth house is about health and sustainability. So you may have been doing something a certain way for a while, and it's starting to affect your health. Like maybe it's a bit of a burden. Maybe you're a little older, you've been working for a long time. You could even be younger and you just have some kind of health issue, mental or physical, right? And so the way you've done things in the past isn't sustainable anymore. It's not it's not helpful for your health. So that is your oracle reading. Also, people are trying to tell you like you can't sustain doing it this way, and you're like, stop telling me what to do. I sound like a boomer now. Stop telling me what to do. Okay. So let's look at your reading. I'm going to shuffle the deck once to kind of knock out the Aries energy here. Now we have Knight of Cups in the first position here. And the Knight of Swords came out again. The Knight of Swords wants to be seen today. So we have what cosmic gift. First, I'm going to a birthday dinner with him on Friday. So what cosmic gift are you going to receive this birthday return? And you have Knight of Cups reversed. You may have emotions rushing in for you that aren't super positive. If you're watching me on YouTube, just know that I'm streaming to 2 different platforms, and you know there's a lot of people on TikTok here, so I'm kind of making eye contact with TikTok. Just in case you're wondering why I'm not always looking at the camera. So there may be a lot of negative emotions rushing in for you at this time for whatever reason. Maybe your birthday, maybe you're getting older. And like that is kind of triggering for you in a certain way. But there's some kind of like negative emotions that are rushing in for you right now, and realize that like emotion is always a blessing. It's always a gift, whether it's negative or positive, because we're able to reflect on that. Like we don't build strength. I always like to say when you're working out, you have to, if you want to get stronger, you have to lift heavy weights, right? So negative emotion, it's like lifting heavy weights. When we really look at those emotions and dissect it and grow from it and like all those lovely things, we get stronger, right? So then you have what should I be grateful for and actively celebrate. Family, you have 10 of Cups, and all your successes in life. You know, like really be thankful for all the things that you have that are blessings in your life, because I feel like you have a lot of blessings in your life. You got the 10 of Cups. And if you don't feel like you do, you do. So you need to do some introspection and really like look at your life, your situation, and figure out what do I really have to celebrate that I'm not celebrating, right? Because you do have it. It is there. Okay, so you have Knight of Swords for what needs to be different in my life this time. So what needs to be different in your life this year is you need to listen to your intuition. You need to listen to positive messages that are coming from other people, because like our spirit guides and stuff like that are speaking to us all the time, whether it's coming directly to us through our own intuition, which we all have, or if it can be coming through like another person, right? So don't just dismiss the things that people say. And it can even come from a person that like doesn't typically give good advice, right? Like a broken clock is right twice a day, right? That saying. So don't necessarily like prejudge a person and be like, you don't know what you're talking about, like whatever, you know? Because it might be divine intuition coming in for you through an avatar that maybe you have like some feelings about, right? 4. So what attitude and approach should I bring to this transformation? Ten of Swords. So you need to be ready to end whatever energies are in your life that are not for your best interest. Whatever friends you have that aren't in your highest interest, whatever toxic family members may be hanging around that are not in your highest best interest. You need to be ready. I watched a video from somebody else, another reader, who was saying, like, you have to be ready to disappoint people and you have to be okay with it. Like, right? You have to be ready to say, I'm doing this for me. This is in my highest good. Like, maybe I made plans to go to the movies with you, and then the day came and I don't feel that great. Like, even if it's like I'm not sick, but I just like I kind of want to stay home tonight. Like, maybe you need to cancel your plans and don't feel bad about it, right? It's like that type of energy. So that is Taurus. We're going to move on to Gemini. So let me pull some oracle cards for Gemini. Too many cards. I'm going to take this one. No, I'm not. Oh, yeah, I am. See, that's me listening to my intuition. You see me fighting it? No, I'm not. Yes, I am. I have to listen to my intuition. Okay, you have 6th house, sustainability, and this is also about health, well-being, self-love. You have Saturn, structure. You have Venus, Taurus, which is interesting because Venus rules Taurus. Then we have South Node, destined to relearn. Oh. So your South Node is like kind of the energy that, like, this is, if you think of it in a past life context, and some people don't, because some people don't believe in past lives, but I am going to talk about it in that context because I do believe in past lives. So your South Node is like where the energy that you're coming from in a past life, right? And if you, in your past life, if you didn't really learn the energy that you came into that incarnation to learn, then you're here again. You've been reincarnated, and you're still you're expected to like work out this energy. So there's something that you're working out right now that fits that description. It's something from a past life that still needs to be worked out. You have Taurus, trust, patience, and sensuality. And then you have Venus, give and receive love, find value in something beauty. I can't read. My eyes are bad, you guys. Wow, okay. So then you have 6th house, sustainability, and Saturn structure. So you're Gemini, you're an air sign. I'm wondering if you have trust issues. I'm wondering if you have intimacy issues. Because we have give and receive love, right? Find value and see beauty. So maybe you're kind of like a judge a book by its cover type of person. Like, maybe you have a hard time seeing the beauty in all people. And that kind of judgment of others is something, it's an energy that has followed you from a past life. So it's probably something that's really hard for you to work out, right? Because I always say that past life energy is kind of sticky energy. Like it's like hard to work that energy out. It feels like it just kind of like stays with you, you know, and you may feel like I work this energy out. Like when we're talking about trust issues and intimacy issues, you may feel like, man, I try to trust people. Or you may feel like no one's giving me a reason to trust them. Like, you know, I don't trust people because they're untrustworthy, right? But I would say, if you feel like people are untrustworthy, you're going to come across people who are untrustworthy. If you feel like it's hard to find beauty in the world, in other people, in whatever, then you're not going to find beauty, because this is, you know, now this is how mirroring works. This is how law of attraction works, manifestation. Like the energy that you are holding on to is the energy that's going to be reflected in your outer reality. So you almost have to like believe that people are trustworthy, right? Believe that people are trustworthy, or, okay. So I'm not saying that in a way that puts yourself in harm's way, right? You never want to put yourself in harm's way. So you don't want to just like blindly trust people. But if you don't know a person and they're not involved in your life, then just give them the benefit of the doubt. But put guardrails up. I'm going to treat you like you're trustworthy, but I'm also not going to give you access to my personal property. I may not give you access to my heart, right? I may not. You have to act like people are trustworthy before you're going to come across people who are trustworthy. So yeah, and like this energy of like intimacy, sensuality, like really opening yourself up to that, because there can be a fear because of the fact that, you know, a lot of times we open ourselves up to like other people, like we trust other people, or we open ourselves up for intimacy and sensuality, and we end up getting hurt, right? And it's like, I don't want to do that anymore. I don't even want to take the risk. I know how that feels, right? It's like I don't even want to take the risk of getting to know you and then finding out that you're just like everybody else, right? And so you have Saturn here with structure, and you have 6th house with sustainability. First of all, if you're trying to get to a place where you truly love yourself, then that mentality is not sustainable, right? Because we can't just love ourselves. I mean, it can start with us loving ourselves, right? But we have to open our hearts and allow for other people to love us too, because we're a collective. We aren't just individuals. I'm not just Sarah. I'm all of you. I'm Sarah. This is my avatar. This is the body I incarnated into. But my soul is connected to each one of you. It's a single drop. We're all a single drop in one big ocean. So we can't do it all alone. We can learn how to love ourselves, but we also have to learn how to allow other people to love us as well. That is your oracle reading. For Gemini. Let's look at your tarot cards. See what they have to say. Oh, this card came out. Okay, so Gemini, we have, where's that book? Well, oh, here. By the way, if you are watching me on TikTok and you feel called to do so, please go to YouTube, look up The Spiritual Noob, and subscribe to my channel. I really appreciate it. I'm trying to hit, my goal is to hit 1,000 subscribers by August 31st. That's my birthday. Virgo in the house. So what cosmic gift will I receive this birthday return? You're going to receive the ability to really meditate on your life. Think deeply, think deeper about things than maybe you have in the past. Think deeply with a spiritual connection. Maybe that hasn't always been there for you. We also have, what should I be grateful for and actively celebrate? Clarity. You have Justice card reverse. So that meditating doesn't always mean like sitting cross-legged like the Buddha either. Meditation can be gardening. Meditation can be running. Meditation can be like singing. Meditation can be whatever activity puts you in a flow state and brings you joy. That's your meditative practice, right? So through that practice, whatever it is for you, is going to give you a lot of clarity. So that's what you're going to be able to celebrate. And then you have 9 of Wands reversed for what needs to be different in my life this time. So it's almost Gemini season. So you have a birthday coming up. So think about this year coming up. Don't think about your struggles as your struggles. Like, you know, like, and don't think about it in terms of like, oh, this is never ending. This is never going to, I'm always going to be in this situation. Like, right. Start to come out of it. Start to realize that, like, wait, I'm actually fine. Like, I'm fine. And I actually will have everything I want if I just trust a little bit more, trust in the universe. And you know what, if you can't trust other people, trust in the universe first, right? Place your trust there first. Because you're going to, this year, I think you're going to be able to work on that trust and that surrender more. You're going to have the ability to do that because you're going to meditate and you're going to find clarity and you're going to come out of this energy of like, whatever the long struggle that you've been in. It's going to be different for everybody, but you're going to be able to come out of that. So then you have Queen of Pentacles for what attitude and approach should I bring to this transformation? Be very grounded in yourself, your life, your place on earth. You know, like go for walks. Maybe even spend some time with your bare feet on the ground. Like spend some time actively grounding yourself. It's summertime. It's a great time to get outside. Spend some time in nature. Really nurture that grounding energy within yourself because you're an air sign and you can tend to be heady. You can tend to be like all in your head. Like with this 9 of Wands, he's got a bandage around his head. It's like he's been beaten in the head by 9 wands and he's concussed. He's all confused. So, you know, Gemini is very much in their head. They're an air sign. So, you know, like come down from the clouds a little bit and ground yourself in the earthly existence, you know? So that is Gemini. That's the end of your reading. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it resonated with you. Please, you guys, if you're watching me on TikTok, please follow me on TikTok. If you can, please go on to my YouTube channel, The Spiritual Noob, and give me a subscription. I would really appreciate that. And we're going to move on to Cancer. This live is going from 2 to 5, by the way. That's the plan. 2 to 5 on Wednesdays. We'll see how long this takes today. I may adjust the time based on how long it takes for me to do it today. So there's too many cards. Okay, Cancer, we're going to look at your oracle cards. You have Saturn came out again, and Mars, motion. So structure and motion. Something about the way you're moving needs more structure. And Mars is a planet of, is the planet of war. So it may be, this may be in relation to your, like, anger, like when you get angry about things, or when you have a negative emotion about things, you may take action, because we have motion. So you may take action on certain things preemptively. And I think with Saturn, it's kind of saying, you know, like, give yourself some structure. Like, maybe think about when you're calm and you're not all, because Cancer is a water sign. Cancer's all in their feelings, right? So when you're feeling calm, like, maybe think to yourself, like, I'm only going to take action if this, right? Give yourself some structure beforehand, right? If this is not happening, right? Like, if I'm not being physically harmed, let's say, you know, you could say, if I'm not being physically harmed, I'm not going to take action on this thing. I realize that how they're acting, what they're saying, what they're doing is a reflection of them. It's not a reflection of me, and I don't have to take action because it's not personally impacting me. And if it is something that's personally impacting you, then you need to look. So if, for instance, if you're in a relationship that is personally impacting you in a negative way, so on the lighter side, on the more positive side of that scenario, maybe you're in a relationship and they're not a bad person, but, you know, people have arguments, people have whatever, right? Maybe you could think to yourself, like, do I always have to take action every time we get into an argument, right? Or is there a better way to handle it? Do I have to let it in emotionally? Because that is probably hard. As a Cancer, it's hard for you not to let it in. Mars came up again. I love it when that happens. Look at that. Two different decks. Got the Mars card again. So yeah, you get angry. You be getting angry about stuff. Move forward and defend self. Well, that's kind of the opposite of what I was just saying. So I stand by what I said. However, I actually was about to transition to saying this next thing, is that if you're in a situation that is dangerous, or if you're in a relationship that it doesn't have to be dangerous, it could be just like toxic, right? So take it as it resonates. But you can blame the other person all you want about that, but who's staying in the energy? Who's sitting in the energy? Like, you are, right? Like, you're the only one who has the choice. Like, you're the only one who can control whether or not you are sitting in that energy. And we can run around and I've done it myself. Let me tell you what this person just did. And I spent hours talking about the situation. Girl, let me tell you, right? I spent hours talking about the situation. But if you're continuing to sit in the energy, you're continuing to sit in that energy. So this Mars card is saying, move forward and defend yourself. You know, like, defend your own energetic self. This may mean literally in some situations, not for all of you, but in for some people that I'm talking to here, it may literally mean like you need to defend yourself because you're being attacked in some way. You may be being attacked physically, maybe you're being attacked mentally, but you need to defend yourself, right? You also have house 6. House 6 keeps coming out today, and it's just from a different deck. So it's crazy. You guys, I feel like the energy, this card keeps coming out. There's a collective energy of not taking care of yourself. Not taking care of your, not showing yourself self-love. Like not taking care of your health in the way that you need to. Establishing foundation, which that came out with Saturn. Establishing foundation, health, daily life, and practical details. So yeah, think about how you can structure your life in a way that is healthier for you, more grounded. It helps you to maintain your mental health and your physical health. And like, these energetic states that we sit in, they 100% have an effect on our physical health. So that's all for Cancer. For the Oracle reading, we're going to look at your tarot cards. And just a reminder, I'm really trying to build up my YouTube community. So if you could, if you are interested, if you're interested in watching like longer form videos, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. I really appreciate that. I'm just the Spiritual Noob on YouTube. I have pick card readings uploading every week, and full deep dive zodiac readings will start coming out on Sunday. I think I have them scheduled for. So it'll be like a different zodiac that'll come out every day, and I'll do a new one every month. So there'll be a new one every month, and I'm doing that through the end of the summer, and then I'll start doing it like every 3 months, so that I can take care of my own physical health, right? I don't want to overload myself. I kind of want to read these cards without the birthday message, because I think what I'm seeing in these cards is more important than the birthday message. So there is the ending of a cycle coming up. It has to do, you have Two of Cups here, reverse, which is about like a dysfunctional relationship, which I've been tapping into that energy. So if you are in a relationship, it doesn't have to be seriously dysfunctional. I think for some people that are listening, it is seriously dysfunctional. If it's not physically violent, it's at least emotionally toxic. And, 6th house is coming out. You need to think about your, like, mental health, right? So there is a completion of this cycle with the World card. You have the World card. You have Two of Cups reversed. So there's the completion of a cycle. So this situation, it needs to end. You need to make the decision to walk away from it. Defend yourself defend your own energy by walking away from the situation. And this doesn't have to be, like I said, it doesn't, for some of you, it may be a physically violent relationship. For some of you, it's just not, it's an energetically misaligned situation. All right, there's a spectrum of energy here, right? So if you're in a relationship and you're like, well, it's not that abusive, it's not talking about me. No, this can still be talking about you. But you need to, there's a completion of that cycle. And then you have the Temperance card, which is about an imbalance between the spiritual and the physical. So you're not really listening to your intuitive guidance as to like what is really right for you. And you're overgiving to the situation. with the Six of Pentacles. You may be really working really hard to keep a relationship together that's misaligned. You know, Temperance reverse is saying, hey, this is misaligned for you. Stop working so hard to keep it together. And you also have Four of Swords reverse at the back of the deck, which is this is talking about waking up to something. So it may be waking up to the realization that you just need to leave this situation. It's misaligned. It's not working for you. It's not working for your highest good. You're putting too much effort into it. You're giving too much energy. The energy exchange is not balanced, right? We never want to be giving out more than we're receiving. That is your reading, Cancer. I hope it resonated with you, and I hope that it was helpful for you. Let's move on to Leo. Okay, Leos. Knock this deck. Let's look at what your oracle cards have to say. Quite a few are flipping out. 7th house, relationship. You have descendant, invitation. You might want to look at what your descendant. Let's see, Leo. I don't know enough about astrology to tell you what your descendant is, but look at your descendant if you feel called to do so. It says invitation, and then it says progressions and journey. So you are progressing. So there's something here about a relationship. There's something, invitation. What have you been invited to do? Did someone just get a marriage proposal recently? It's obviously not going to be for all of you. Some of you are progressing towards more serious relationship. Some of you may be in a relationship that's progressing towards misalignment. You have water, the sun, and I think that's all they want to give me. So we have water and the sun. Water, and I cannot read that. I'm sorry. I have to use my broken glasses. Don't judge me. Can't see. My daughter broke my glasses and I haven't gotten new ones. So water, spirituality, emotion, intuition, and compassion. So we're on Leo right now, right? Leo is a fire sign. You also got the sun, which the sun rules Leo. With self-express and embodied truth. You may have been given an invitation to, this may be like, for some of you, it's, you know, it is talking about a relationship, like in the earthly realm, we're going to get married relationship, right? But for some of you, this is talking about you've been invited to a higher spiritual level of understanding. And there's something about expressing that truth, like not holding it in, owning it, embodying it. You may be a light worker. You may be someone that's meant to like go out in the world and like share these truths that you're learning. In the context of a relationship though, I think that the invitation is to infuse spiritual understanding into your relationship, that would help the relationship, or if you're getting out of a toxic relationship, you know, having the spiritual understanding is going to help you heal and embody your own truth. So I definitely feel a lot of different energies in this message for Leo. Okay, let's look at some tarot cards. I'm not going to do the birthday messages. I'm sorry, this is the first one of these lives I've done, and I'm feeling called to just read the cards. So for Leo, you have the High Priestess reversed. You have the Star. Yeah, you need to heal from something. You have the Empress reversed. There may be an issue with a mother here. Maybe that's the relationship we're talking about. We also have the Emperor, so it may be both parents. Or it may be you're in a relationship and the Emperor and the Empress are talking about you and your partner. It's probably going to be different for everyone here. I'm talking to a collective here. So you have the the High Priestess reverse and the Ace of Swords at the back of the deck. And this is interesting because the High Priestess reverse is the card that came out. And the Ace of Swords upright is at the back of the deck. So the Ace of Swords is more of a hidden energy. You may be getting intuitive guidance that you're not totally aware of, right? Or maybe when that intuitive guidance comes in for you with the High Priestess, you may be not listening to that. You know, you may not know how to. You may like, it may be undetectable for you, or you may really seriously be getting the messages and thinking like, I don't want to do that. That's not what I want to do. Because there is a need for healing here. There's a need for healing. And also, I think that so this is interesting. Because usually I say that there's a need for healing when it's reversed. When it's upright, there's usually some aspect of healing that's already happening. But it may be happening behind the scenes because the Ace of Swords here is at the bottom of the deck. It's at the back of the deck. So I feel like this is like a hidden energy that you may not totally be aware of. Like the healing is happening, but it's happening kind of behind the scenes. And I think Spirit wants you to be a little bit more aware of the healing that's happening and be more intentional about it. And there's clarity that's coming in for you. As you're healing, you're raising in consciousness and you're becoming more aware of different things. So that is it for you, Leo. We will go on to Virgo. Virgo in the house. So if you're watching me on TikTok, please give me a follow. I would really appreciate that. If you are watching me on YouTube, give me can't talk. Subscribe to my channel. If you're watching me on TikTok and you feel called to go to my channel, The Spiritual Noob, and subscribe to my channel, I really appreciate that. I do weekly pick-a-card readings, and there will be full in-depth zodiac readings coming out starting on Sunday. They will be coming out like once per day. I mean, one reading will come out per day for 12 days, and then I'll be doing them monthly. I also have some deck reviews on there. If you're a tarot reader and you're interested in the decks that I own, I have them all on my channel. Fun stuff going on over there. You don't want to miss a minute. Okay, Virgo. So we have dignified. We're very dignified. That goes without saying. We have Venus and we have Taurus. So dignified says strength underneath it. Venus says beloved. And Taurus says cultivate. So I feel I'm getting the energy that you are very well respected in the spiritual realm. You have a lot of strength that you're bringing to this earthly incarnation. And with like you're beloved, right? And with cultivate, it's like you're here doing work. You're cultivating. I feel like this is like work that's being done in the collective. You know? Okay. You have Sagittarius, which is optimism, exploration, and freedom. Don't get discouraged on your path. Mars, move forward and defend yourself. Keep moving forward. Like for instance, I have I'm sorry. I'm a Virgo. I have 218 YouTube subscribers. I want more YouTube subscribers. It doesn't, I already told myself, I told my friend, because I've gone around the block with YouTube plenty of times. And it can get discouraging. I don't know how many of you are content creators, but it can get discouraging when like the views on your videos are low. You're putting a lot of work into videos and stuff, and the views are low, and you're not getting subscribers and stuff like that. It can be very discouraging. And I don't say that for you guys to feel bad for me. But I was saying to my friend that like, my mindset going into this time around the YouTube block needs to just be post the content and don't worry about the analytics. Just post the content. Just keep moving forward. Be optimistic. Explore different ideas. Give yourself the free. And I'm not even going to worry about is because YouTube has a tendency to be mad at you if you post too much. I think all social medias are like that. But I'm not gonna worry about that. I'm gonna post at the rate that I want to post, and I'm just gonna put my content out there, and people will subscribe when they subscribe. You know what I mean? And so the reason I'm saying that is because the cards are saying be optimistic. You have work to do, cultivate certain, characteristics, certain mindsets, certain communities, cultivate your community, and it will happen. Build it and they will come. Like keep moving forward, keep doing it. Don't give up. If you're doing a thing that is making you feel a little discouraged right now, don't give up on the thing. Keep doing it. You also have house 3, which is early learning, childhood, relations, the rational mind, and communication. And then you have South Node, destined to release. So again, this is, I said this earlier, but this is about like past life energies that are like, that have followed you into this incarnation. This might be around like things that you learn, like the things that you learn in childhood. And I don't know, this bird is catching my eye right now. I can't remember what birds symbolize. Here's a bird. You see the bird? But house 3 is basically about community. There's something about the energy in the community that you were raised in that is an energy, I would call it a devil energy, right? Because it's an energy that's not in our highest best good, and it's something that we need to work out. And it's something that's difficult to work out, right? So when you think back to like how you were raised, maybe certain mentalities that were programmed into you or whatever. Like, you're meant to work that stuff out in this lifetime. So interesting. I feel like 2 missions came out for you, because that last one, like, I feel like the energy of the 2 cards that came out last were very different than the energy of the first few cards that came out. So chew on that for a minute. Just kidding. Okay, I'm going to do your tarot reading, Virgo. We have Ace of Swords. There's intuition coming in for you. You may be very connected intuitively, whether you realize it or not. We're always following intuition. Not always following intuition, but everyone has that channel available to them, but you can block it off. And your channel is pretty open. So you have Ace of Swords. Ooh, you have the Tower. You have the World reversed. You have the Lovers reversed. And you also have 9 of Swords at the back of the deck. So, okay, you are intuitively connected. There is a Tower moment happening in your life or around your life right now. You may not be like directly involved with what's going on, but because you have the early learning card in your oracle reading, so this could be something that like your family may be going through a Tower moment, and so you're kind of aware, like you may be disconnected from it, but you're aware of what's going on. You may have gotten the intuitive guidance to energetically disconnect from the energy of a group of people that were responsible for your early programming. So whoever that is to you, right? So among those people, there's a Tower moment going on. There's a cycle in this situation that it needs to be ended. And you are the one to break the cycle. You're a cycle breaker. But you may not always want that role or feel comfortable in that role. You just want to like live your life and be at peace in your own skin. And this stuff that's going on over here is like always, it seemed like it's kind of a nagging energy, but it's because it's a karmic energy. It's sticky, like I was saying earlier in the readings. You probably don't know because you probably weren't here earlier, but it's a sticky energy, right? It's karmic. It's a sticky energy. And so it's like, you try to like separate your energy from that. And your energy may be separated from that to a certain extent, but you're still a part of this unit. And so your energy will never completely be separated from it. Yeah, this is a cycle with people. There's people involved with negative relationships. And these are like fated relationships. Like I feel like, because it's a Lover's card, so it's like in the major arcana. These are relationships that were probably like in your birth plan, right? That cause you problems. It's a cycle that feels like it's never ending. But you're the cycle breaker. So part of your job on this planet, this is nine of swords. Part of your job on this planet is to figure out how to break the cycle and to come out of. It's a cycle that causes a lot of stress and anxiety for everyone involved in it. And it's your job to help the whole come out of that energy. Have fun and good luck with that, y'all. That's your reading, Virgo. We have Libra next. Before we get into Libra, please like this video, subscribe to this channel if you are watching me from YouTube. If you are watching me from TikTok, please follow me on TikTok. And if you feel called, please head on over to my YouTube channel and give me a subscription. Give me a subscribe. I would really appreciate it. Come on, Libra. I need to turn my attention to that energy. Libra. Okay, so we have ascendant with entrance. You're entering into something. And also, I would say if you know what your rising sign is, if you know what your ascendant is, check that reading out because it may have some information there for you. If you don't know that, don't worry about it. But you're entering into something. And Pluto, there's Pluto here with rebirth. So Libra, you're starting new with something. You have Aries, independent, bravery, and passion. Sagittarius, optimism, exploration, and freedom. You have Mercury, think, learn, network, and communicate. So you're entering into a new era of your life. You're birthing into this new energy. I see you birthing into this new energy, right? And you are doing it independently, right? I feel like this is a solo mission. It gives me vibes of a person who's like switching careers. Like you may have gone to college to do or be a certain thing. And now you're like, I kind of want to do this other thing. And you might be going back to college to get certified in this other thing. You may be just being offered an opportunity to do another thing, but it's something where you have to like learn about it. And you need to learn about it. You need to network about it. And you may even need to communicate about it. Like you may be, like it's kind of, you need to learn the material to the point where you can speak intelligently on it. And go into this new period of your life with optimism and in a spirit of exploration. Like, oh wow, like be excited. Like don't feel like, man, I have to learn this new thing. This is annoying. Like I need to make more money and I gotta learn this new thing or whatever. Like I don't want to go back to school. Like go into it feeling optimistic, feeling like, man, I really can't wait to learn this new thing. You know? because the energy of that is something about the way you go into it is going to determine how successful you are with it. That is your oracle reading. Let's look at your tarot cards. Am I making good time? It's 3:19. I'm hoping to be done by 5, but if I go over a little bit, I'll just whatever. So please give me hearts, you guys. I really appreciate it. Doing a lot of work over here. I love it. But I really like, you know what, honestly, truthfully, I like to hear, I love it when I hear people say, man, that reading really resonated with me, or, you know what I mean? It's nice to hear the feedback. So if the reading is resonating with you, please give me a heart. Please give me a follow. I appreciate that. If you care to go over to YouTube, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. I have longer form content over there if you're interested. Deep dives into the zodiacs with timestamps, so you can kind of see, like, I want to hear about my overall energy. I want to hear about my outcome. Like, I don't want to hear about all the stuff in between. Ooh. So this is for, we did Libra. I don't even, oh, this is for Libra. I got lost in the sauce. I don't know why I just said that. Lost in the sauce. So the 7 of Swords came out, which is a card of thievery and deceit. So lying. So, and that's the energy behind the energy. So I feel like there's some kind of lie behind a situation here. You have Ace of Pentacles reversed, so things aren't manifesting in the way you want them to be. You have the Sun. You're wanting to achieve victory and success in a certain area. You're wanting to be the magician of your life. Like, you know, the magician controls the elements. The magician knows how to, like, move energy in certain ways that to benefit him or her, right? The Queen of Wands is a master of action. And she knows how to take inspired action on things. And I think you are the magician and the Queen of Wands. So I almost see a separation between, these two energies, which is this is you. You're the magician and the Queen of Wands, right? And these two energies, which is like, the Sun is what you want. That's what you're aiming for. That's what you're trying to manifest. And that is victory. That's success. That's abundance. All that good stuff. Right? It's naked babies, apparently. And then you have, oh, I should have said that. I should not say that on social media. Then you have Ace of Pentacles reversed. So you're not manifesting what you want in your life. There may be some inner child work that needs to be done. Lost in the sauce. I kind of feel like in childhood, you may have had people, the people that were like raising you and nurturing you may have had problems with drinking, may have had problems with other types of drug use. That's only going to be for some of you. But there's an energy of deceit at the back of the deck. So I'm kind of wondering, what's coming to me is I feel like maybe you're lying to yourself, because maybe this is how you feel, but this isn't the Ace of Pentacles, like things not manifesting. Maybe that's how you feel, but that's not the reality of the situation, right? Like things may be better than you're actually recognizing them to be. Like you are the Magician, you are the Queen of Wands, whether you're male or female. You know, you are the Queen of Wands. And so stop lying to yourself and telling yourself, you'll learn how to be peaceful where you're at. I was just talking to my friend about that the other day. Because I watched a video too with Will Smith, and he was talking about rock bottom, which now this is kind of like another reference to like alcoholism and drinking, right? So for someone in here that this is probably resonating with you. But anyway, Will Smith was talking about like rock bottom and the mountaintop are like people don't realize that, you know, they realize that there's a rock bottom, but they don't realize that there's a mountaintop. And the mountaintop is, or I don't know if he said the mountaintop or whatever, but his point was like, you can have too much of something, until you really start doing the inner work, nothing is ever going to be enough, right? No money is ever going to be enough, even though, of course, when you don't have a lot of money, you're sitting back going like, it sure would be nice to find out, right? But the reality, you know, like from Will Smith's perspective, is that no amount of money is ever enough. No amount of like intimacy is ever enough. No amount of fame is ever enough. And it's kind of like the opposite energy of rock bottom. You know, the mountaintop is the opposite energy of that, right? So, learn to be at peace where you are is my point. If you're someone who's sitting back going, I can't feel successful until I have X, Y, and Z manifested for me, you know, then you may always be unhappy, right? Because the fact of the matter is that you do have things in your life that are manifesting in a positive way. You just have to like figure out you just have to recognize what those things are. Stop lying to yourself and stop lying to others. So that is your reading, Libra. I'm going to move on to Scorpio. I love Scorpio. Scorpio. Hey, if you are a Scorpio, give me a heart or a thumbs up. I want to hear from my Scorpios. Okay, Scorpio, what's going on with you? What do our Scorpios need to hear today? Apparently, they don't want a message from this deck. Okay. So we have Venus, number 21. 2 plus 1 is 3. 3 is the number, I call it the Jesus number. It's the number of the masters. So Jesus is with you. And Venus, you are beloved. You have the Saturn card, number 24. 2 plus 4 is 6. 6 is the number of like self-love, health. And Saturn is, Saturn kind of represents structure. We have Mars, which is the number 22 card. And that is a master number. It can stand for partnership. It can stand for, like, let's just leave it at partnership. So motion for Mars. So let's see. I'm going to pull some tarot cards for you, Scorpio. Because I feel like this is a deep, layered message. Please follow me on TikTok or subscribe to my YouTube channel, The Spiritual Noob. Give me a heart if you enjoy this reading. I appreciate it. Trying to build a community of people who are interested in healing themselves, working on raising their consciousness, raising their vibration. Let me get a little insight on this. You have King of Pentacles. And the Queen of Pentacles at the back of the deck. So I feel like these are counterparts, Queen of Pentacles and King of Pentacles. This could be a relationship. This could be aspects of self. I feel like for a lot of people, it's relationship. It's something that's been, there's something within this relationship that's been building for a long time. I have a lot of pentacles here too. So this might be about, it could be about business partnership. Nostalgia, looking back on things realistically. Beloved, structure, motion. I think that's this, if this is two different people, there may have been some recent arguments. You guys may have been at each other a little bit. I feel like there's something that's being held back for me in this reading. You have a yang energy. It says proactivity. I need my glasses. I have broken glasses, you guys, don't judge me. Proactivity, expression, doing, and forward motion. And the Mars card says motion. The Mars card and the Yang card. which are both fire energies. I almost feel like you're angry about something, but you need to like move forward anyway. Moonlight enchantment magic. Yeah, there's some things that are hidden. There's some things that are like not being revealed in this reading. The Phoenix transmutation. Rainbow waterfall miracles. What energy needs to be transmuted? Crystal cave, trust. Wood nymph, beauty. So we have wood nymph, we have all these pentacles. That just makes me think of grounding energy. You see how Scorpio is? Scorpio is like very deep. Tell me about this transmutation. What are we transmuting? Strength. King of Wands. Five of Wands at the bottom of the deck. Yeah, there's some kind of conflict here between this King of Pentacles and Queen of Pentacles. These could be business partners. They don't have to be a man and woman. They can be, it's a feminine energy and a masculine energy. It's something, you built something together. You've maintained balance together. Your partnership is a balanced partnership. But you're looking back on things. Maybe you made a contract with somebody that you regret. I feel like you're meant to move through this energy though. Proactivity, expansion, what does that say? Proactivity, expression, doing, and forward motion. So there's this Mars energy. Mars is like angry energy. You have this partner that you built something with. You may be angry at the partner. You're thinking back on something that happened that made you upset. But you're being asked to move through it. I don't know what this is. Maybe someone did something with the King of Wands. There's chaos and conflict. And it doesn't even necessarily have to be like arguing. I think for some people it may mean like actual arguing. But for some of you, there just may be an irritation there because this seems like a balanced partnership that you have with this person. It almost is the energy of like, it's like you hit a hiccup with this person, and maybe it hasn't totally come to light. Maybe you guys haven't totally talked it out yet. The Spirit is saying you need to work through this energy and transmute it. Keep moving forward. I'm going to pull one more card because I want to see. I've pulled way more cards for Scorpio than I did for any of the other readings. Scorpio, you are a mysterious sign. So what is being hidden here? What is being hidden? Crystal cave, trust. Resistance to walk away. Maybe you want to walk away. Maybe that's what's being hidden. You have a partnership with this person. You've built something with this person and you like kind of want to walk away from it. But you haven't communicated with that to them yet. It's not out in the open. I feel like this person betrayed your trust in some sort of way. You have Temperance at the back of the deck, which is about balancing the spiritual with the physical. So what is the advice from Spirit? What is the advice from Spirit? Stop feeling so much stress and anxiety over this situation. There's something that happened that can be worked through. It's not as big of a deal as maybe you're making it out to be, Scorpio. You want to walk away from the situation, but Spirit is saying this partnership is pretty balanced. Like you've built things together. And Spirit is just saying, you know, like every relationship that we have is an opportunity for, it's a mirroring opportunity. You also have Empress at the back of the deck. Empress birth, you know, she's fertile. She births things into the world. She's ruled by Venus. You have Venus here that had come out earlier. So I feel like you are beloved. I think something happened and it doesn't feel like, I don't want to say it doesn't feel like a big deal because I'm reading tarot cards and I'm not going to tell you that what happens in your life, it's not a big deal. But it feels like an energy that Spirit is saying you can probably move past this. Work through the emotions that you're feeling right now. Like work through the energy of that, transmute that, and you're going to come out stronger on the other side. I don't know if that gave you any clarity on anything, Scorpio, but it was fascinating for me. Okay, we're gonna go on to see Scorpio and then Sagittarius. Yeah. Okay, Sagittarius. Let's look at your oracle reading. If you are listening to me on TikTok, please follow me. Please give me a heart. I would really, really, really appreciate it. And if you feel called to do so, go on over to the Spiritual Noob on YouTube and subscribe to my channel over there. I do weekly pick a card readings. And I will be doing in-depth zodiac readings. Starting Sunday, there will be one coming out every day until all the zodiac signs are done. And then I'll be doing that for 3 months, and then I'll be doing it once every 3 months. So I'm gonna do it once a month for 3 months, and then I'm gonna do it once every 3 months after that. I just wanted to get some readings built up so that when you go to my page, you have like a few different readings to check out if you feel called to do so. So Sagittarius, what's going on with Sagittarius? Okay, we have Cancer, we have Aquarius, we have Uranus, we have Aquarius again, and we have Aries. Aquarius, collaborate. Originality, philanthropy, and progressive imaginings. Okay, collaborate. And it's the 11 card, which is new beginnings. We have radically change with Uranus. And we have independent, bravery, and passion with Aries. So Aries is an initiator. Aquarius is a fixed sign. And Cancer is a water sign. Immerse. So there's a project that you want to do, and like also this Aquarius card, is that air or water? Looks like they're pouring. It looks like a temperance card where they're pouring the water into the other cup. You need to work with somebody on something. Progressive imaginings. Something you may feel called to do that you need to immerse yourself in. Like you may not have like all of the knowledge or you might not have the body of work. There's something that you need to like build, and you need to immerse yourself in that activity. Radically change. You need to change the way you're doing things in some kind of way. Maybe you've always, it talked about independent with the Aries card. Maybe you've always worked super independently, and there's something that you need to collaborate with somebody on. Which is a radical change. That may be a radical change for you. Like the commitment to working with somebody else may be different than how you normally go about doing things, because you're you have originality, you have you're a progressive thinker, and so I think you do well on your own doing different things. But there's something that you're being called to do, where you're going to have to radically change that mindset and collaborate with somebody else. My music just went off. Oh, here we go. Okay, it's just loading. Okay, so that was your oracle reading. Who am I on now? Scorpio. Sagittarius. There's so many Aquarius cards that came out that my mind got confused. Okay. So we are going to pull some tarot cards for your reading. Hello, you guys. Okay, so there's a resistance to walking away from something. You have a lot of emotion coming in for you. There's intuition coming in, or so either you're not getting messages for a certain situation. We need to suss out what the situation is. Either the messages that are coming in aren't to your liking, like you don't like what Spirit is saying to you, or you're not getting the message. So you want to walk away from something and start something new. Have a new start. And that came up in the Oracle reading as well. You feel trapped in a situation, or you have felt trapped in a situation, and you're starting to realize that you're not actually trapped in it. You're like, actually, I can leave whenever I want. Ace of Pentacles reverse is things aren't manifesting like to your liking. And there's some healing that needs to be done here. So I want to get a little bit of clarity on what this is that you're wanting to walk away from. And the music went silent. Maybe you need to tune other things out and focus on the task at hand, right? There's something about the intuition not coming in for you. It's silent, like the music. Yeah, there's a resistance to letting go of things. And so you want to walk away from something with the Eight of Cups reversed. You really need to heal, though. You really need healing, and you need to let certain energies go. And you have Three of Cups. Community of people. What energy needs to be let go? Let me ask this. What is Spirit's advice? I'm going to pick these cards up. Start with a fresh deck and see what Spirit's advice for you is. Because I can't really suss out whether this is a situation that Spirit wants you to walk away from, or... Well, the World card just fell out, so there's a completion of a cycle there. So what is the advice from Spirit? Okay. I feel like you need to listen to the advice. You need to listen to an intuitive guidance that's coming in for you. because I'm not sure you're doing that right now with the Ace of Swords reverse. You're working really hard. I mean, take it as it resonates, but it may be a relationship situation. You're working really hard to keep something together, like independently. You're not listening to the intuitive nudges that are coming in for you. So whatever action you take, it's not going to be guided by intuition. And this is the thing that we have to recognize, right? Every relationship we get in is a mirror of our own energy in some way, right? And if you don't understand what I mean by that, there's some healing work that needs to be done. You need to start doing the inner work and figuring out, why is this situation, it could be a person, it could be a just why is this experience showing up in my life, right? You need to do that inner work, because the problem is when you walk away from a person, and it may be a toxic relationship that you need to walk away from, right? But if you walk away from a person and you don't do the inner work, then you're just going to attract another person just like the person you walked away from. You know, you are attracting that energy to you. It's your energy that's attracting that energy in. Until you figure it out, you're going to keep attracting it to you. You need to close this cycle out, because it's a loop. It's a loop. It's going to keep repeating, you know. So pinpoint what the loop is that keeps repeating, what needs to be healed within you, what part of the loop are you participating in and need to walk away from, and then do that, right? And then when you have future relationships, they won't be so toxic, because you're going to attract people into your life that are in alignment with your energy. So that is the reading for Gemini. No, Sagittarius. I'm sorry. Gemini. Why did I say Gemini? Is there a Gemini in your life that is like, is Gemini energy important to you in some sort of way? Because that was really random. Maybe the person that we're talking about is a Gemini. I don't know. Why is my music not coming on? I hope it didn't. Are you guys still here? Someone say hi, because it says I lost my internet connection. Hello? Say hi to me. I can't see. Looks like I'm still connected. I know I'm staring at my computer looking crazy right now. I want my chakra music back. I don't know what happened to the internet. I don't think anything happened to the internet, because I've been here the whole time, haven't I? It's completely silent now. I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened, y'all. But I'm going to do Sagittarius, Capricorn. We can do Capricorn energy. And then we have Aquarius and Pisces. So let's do Capricorn energy. Stop, stop, stop. I love how I can shuffle the cards and no cards will come out. And I can shuffle the cards and like the whole deck will fall out. We're going to try this again because that's not helpful. It's like your energy is spewing all over the place, Capricorn. You're vomiting energy everywhere. What's up with that? Hey, you guys, please follow me if you're watching me on TikTok. Subscribe to my channel if you're watching me on YouTube. And please, if you follow me on TikTok and you would like to support me, please go head on over to my YouTube channel, The Spiritual Noob, and follow me or subscribe to my channel over there. I would really appreciate it. I upload daily or weekly pick a card readings. And I will be uploading deep dives into all the zodiacs starting on Sunday. So you can get that, catch that content over there. Okay. So we have Chiron, the wounded healer, Leo, shine, Virgo, integrity, reverence, and service. And then we have Mars, move forward and defend self. So there may be a Virgo in your life that is significant right now, that you may be having tension, or you may be having tension with this person. There's a lot of energy around healing, and probably both of you could use healing in this situation. So I don't want to say that it's one or the other. But Leo is about standing out, you know, self-confidence. I feel like you're butting heads. I just feel the energy of your butting heads. There's someone here that is very confident in themselves. But there's some wounds here that need to be healed. And with the Mars energy, Mars energy just feels like it's like angry energy to me. It's almost like, I think of like when you get upset, like what is your temper like when you get upset? Like that's Mars energy. So yeah, there's some butting of heads here. Let's see if the tarot cards can speak on that a little deeper. I didn't pull that many oracle cards because I'm not trying to be here for a million years. I'm making good time though. I planned on doing this from 2 to 5. So I will be here every Wednesday to do live zodiac readings from 2 to 5. So if you're interested in coming back and checking out the readings, I will be here every week. So what is the energy of Capricorn? It's the ending of something that's being resisted, but there's the completion of the cycle. So maybe there's a completion of the cycle and you're the one that resisting it. You might be resisting the ending of this cycle. And you may need healing in this situation. I think that you need to do some introspection. There's some things that you need to figure out and come out wiser. There's some 5 of Cups. There's some grief here. You need to really look at that grief. Don't run away from it. Look at that grief. Look at the negative emotion, the anger, you know, the Mars energy, and figure out where it's coming from, what it means for you. You know, really do some inner work and introspection, because the cycle is ending. There's a cycle that's ending here. You're resisting it. You're resistant to it, but there's a cycle here that's ending. And it's going to happen whether you resist it or not. So that is my reading for Capricorn. Let's do Aquarius. Hello, you guys. Aquarians, are you in the house? Aquarians, give me a shout out. Hashtag Aquarian. Okay, so you have North Node and you have Descendant. Take a look at what your Descendant is in your birth chart. And take a look at what your North Node is. Because you may be in a place where you're trying to figure out like what your purpose is. North Node will help give you a little bit of clarification on like what you're here to do. I mean, it's not going to specifically be like you need to be a carpenter or something like that. I almost cussed. It's not going to give you specifics, but it's going to tell you the general energy of like what you're here to do in this lifetime. So look up your Descendant and look up your North Node. Future. Something about your future. The Sun, the success. You have a lot of success coming in for you. Self-express and embody truth. Aquarius. We got Aquarius. We're on Aquarius, aren't we? I think I'm getting tired, y'all. I can't remember what sign we're on. Aquarius. Yeah. We're on Aquarius. You're the Aquarius card came out for you. So we have Aquarius, originality, philanthropy, and progressive imaginings. And we have nurture, comfort, and protection for Cancer. So there's something about your self-expression in your future endeavors. There's something that you're meant to birth into the world, I feel like. You're original. You're progressive. And Descendant with the invitation. There's an invitation to start something, I feel like. See if we can get more clarity with the tarot cards. Let me clear the energy. Maybe the energy is getting a little thick going from zodiac to zodiac. Did you hear that bell? You like the bell? My cat's back there meowing. Okay, so tarot cards for Aquarius. What is going on with Aquarius? Okay, we got the King of Swords, Queen of Swords, Seven of Swords, a lot of swords here. Aquarius is air energy, so Queen of Pentacles reverse, Page of Wands, Queen of Swords, man. So I said you were starting a new adventure, I mean, something that's supposed to lead to success. You have inspiration for something. You have like an idea or something for a project. There's some kind of truth that you know. And it's interesting because, so it's the sword of truth, I always call it. He's got the sword of truth. You have 7 of swords, which is about lies. So maybe someone's telling a story and you know the truth. I feel like you were inspired to do something. Queen of Pentacles reverse. I feel like you're a person who doesn't just like to, okay, it could be one of two things. Either you don't like to go through with the flow of like social norms and what's necessarily expected of you in this like earthly realm, or you're a person who's too much in the earthly realm, like you're too materialistic. And materialistic, I mean, it can mean in terms of like money and stuff like that. Like how many Jordans do I have? Like that kind of, but I don't necessarily mean that in terms of like what do you own? I mean it more in terms of like you're too much into this realm that we live in here on earth, and like the expectations of it. So, you know, figure out how it might resonate for you. But there's something about this focus on the material realm that is dishonest. It's not, it's dishonest. Someone's lying. You may be lying to yourself, but you have the sword of truth though. So I don't, this is you. I don't think you're lying. I think someone's lying to you, about you. They might be stealing your work. And Page of Wands, you're learning how to move in this situation. You're learning how to, see, you also got the Queen of Swords that came out at the back of the deck. So I feel like you're learning how to move with your sword of truth, right? This is the Queen and the King, and they have, you know, they basically have the same sword, or replicas of the same sword. But the King of Swords is a masculine energy. I feel like this energy is a little harsher, like a little more like, I'm going to take action on what I know to be true regardless of, right? And the Queen of Swords is more nurturing. She still has the truth and knows the truth, but she's like, you know what? If I need to like hold on to the truth, if that's in the highest, best interest of all, I'll do that. I don't necessarily need to reveal the truth. Like I have it. I know I have it. They may be saying they have it, but I know they don't because I have it. You're learning how to navigate a situation where someone may be lying, or someone may be, there's deceit going on, and you know the truth about it. Like you're not deceived, but there are people that are deceived. It's like you can't just like run and knock on everybody's door and say, hey, they're lying to you, right? Because they're going to look at you like you're crazy. So it's like you're learning how to act in the situation. And the Page, see, the King is a masculine energy, but he's like a master. He's the master of the realm of air. He's the master of intuition, truth, intellect. And the Page of Wands is a lesser energy. The Page of Wands is a young, youthful energy. I'm learning. I'm not a master yet. I'm learning, right? So this is the thing. He's the master of truth. But he's also in action energy because it's masculine energy, right? But in this situation, he's not the master of action, which is what masculine energy is. He's not the master of action, so he doesn't necessarily, and I'm using he just to paint the picture. It doesn't have to be a man here, right? This is just an energy. So he is a masculine energy, an energy of action, but in this situation, he can't just take action on the truth that he knows, the truth that he has, right? He has to be more delicate than that. So he's learning how to act in a way that's more delicate. He's learning to become, you know, the Page of Wands here is staring straight at the Queen of Wands. You know, he's learning to become the Queen of Wands. How to sit back with the truth and just hold on to it. Act when necessary. I don't know if that resonates with you. It feels very heady, but you're Aquarius. So I guess that would make sense. But there's someone who's being dishonest in this situation. And this literally, this could be something that's happening on the collective. You know, this could be what you may be I might be talking to a group of Aquarians who are very, you know, paying attention to politics all the time, you know, or some kind of something going on in the collective, and thinking they're lying. There's all this deception going on, but it's like the more you try to scream to the mountaintop about that, the more people just think you're nuts. See, Queen of Pentacles reversed. They think like you're not grounded in reality. That's what certain people are going to think. You're not grounded in reality. So you're learning right now to just sit back and hold on to the truth that what you feel is true, or what you feel you know to be true. So I hope that could resonate. And I hope it was helpful. And the macro reflects the micro. So whatever is happening in the collective, you can usually find an area of your personal life that reflects what's going on in the collective. And I wish my eyes were good enough to read all your comments, guys. They're not, so sorry. But I appreciate you leaving them. If you could give me a heart, I would appreciate that. If you could follow me, I would appreciate that. If you could go head over to my YouTube, The Spiritual Noob, and follow me over there. That would be awesome as well. Definitely putting a lot of content on my YouTube page right now. Let's look at Pisces. I feel like I'm running a marathon right now, guys. I'm almost finished. But I've never sat down and read all 12 zodiac signs before, so this is a first for me. I'm enjoying it, though. Let's get this back. So we have Mars. Mars keeps coming out. Why is there so much angry energy? Well, the macro is reflecting the micro, and there's a lot of anger in the collective right now. You have North Node. Future. You might be thinking and focusing on your future right now. You may not have clarity on what your future path is. So again, look at where Mars is located in your chart. Look at because Mars is an angry energy. Look at where that's located in your chart. Look at where your North Node is located in your chart, if you feel called to do so. There's a lot of cards coming out. I don't think I'm going to read all of these. I might, I don't know. Oh, possibly. Oh, it's too much. Too many. I'll read these 4. Hey, you guys. We have Aries, we have Gemini, we have Sextile, and we have House 5. So House 5 is passion, play, children, confidence, creativity. We have sextile energy, a combination of tension and flow. Potential and a rewarding situation. So I wonder if that has to do with your North Node, your future. A rewarding situation. House 5. Passion, play, children, confidence, creativity. We have Gemini, curiosity, intellect, and networking. We have Aries, independent, bravery, and passion. So I feel like when it comes to your future, you want to I'm thinking in terms of career, but it may relate to other things as well. Like you kind of want to go off independently with something that you're passionate about. You want to feel passionate about what you're doing and you want to go off independently. So with curiosity and intellect and networking, it may take like really getting curious about things, really learning different things. Yeah, you may need to really make the effort to learn a skill that's going to allow you to work in the way that you're wanting to, be more independent, be more passionate. And like I said, you need to figure out what's going on in your North Node. Or I would recommend, we never need to do anything. We don't have to do anything, right? But like it may be helpful for you to find out what's going on in your North Node, what your kind of what your like what your birth plan was coming into this incarnation. Might give you some clarity on like where you should be going if your future feels unclear to you. And sextile with can't read that, I'm sorry. So if you weren't here earlier, my daughter broke my glasses. So a combination of tension and flow, potential and a rewarding situation. Yeah, so there's a potential to do a certain thing that has it could be very rewarding for you, but there's some tension. There's some tension there. I don't know. Maybe you're being asked to move somewhere where you don't want to move to, or maybe you're in a relationship with somebody that, doesn't want you to take this position, or there's something, it's potentially rewarding, but there's some kind of tension as well. And so the House 5, the reason I chuckled when this card came out is because my son is a Pisces and he's expecting a baby. So some of you may be expecting a baby, because this feels also if you're not expecting, because this House 5 is about, your passions, your children, play, like all that stuff. If that doesn't apply to you, then this may apply to like, if you want to figure out what you're meant to do in life, look at what you're passionate about. Look at what you loved doing when you were a child, right? Allow joy back in your life. Allow joyful, creative play. So let's do, my phone is about to die on YouTube. I'm just going to do a quick Pisces reading. Okay. Oh, no. Okay. So the Seven of Swords came out. I don't know why that card keeps coming out. I do not like that card. I don't like that energy at all. It's the energy. It's an energy that I really try to avoid in my own life. But it came out, and I pulled it in the reversed position. But it really came out in the upright position, so I put it back upright. So what that's telling me is that there is an energy of like deception and thievery in your life, but there's also an energy of coming out of that. You may have a desire to come out of that. There may be energies at play behind the scenes that will bring you out of that. But also it may be a choice, right? It's kind of like we could bring you out of that, or you could choose to stay in it, right? It could be a choice. So 10 of Wands here, there's some kind of burden that you're holding on to. And I think that's the choice. Like, coming out of this energy means letting go of that burden. 6 of Cups reversed is about nostalgia, thinking back on things realistically, taking the rose-colored glasses off. And then you also have the Sun, which is about success. So I think that you will be successful in life, or at whatever it is you want to do. You're being asked to look at things realistically and lay down your burdens, because you can choose to live a life in the Seven of Swords energy, or you can choose to live a life where you're letting go of that energy. The choice is up to you. So this was fun, you guys. I really appreciated it. I really appreciate you guys being here to watch me go through these readings. And I hope you could resonate with the readings. Please, if you're watching me from YouTube, like this live, share this live, and subscribe to my channel. And if you're watching me on TikTok, please give me a follow. Please give me a heart. And if you feel called to do so, go on over to YouTube and subscribe to my channel over there. And I'm going to say to my YouTube peeps, until next time, bye.